At the beginning of this conflict, authorities here promised a short and surgical operation, but fighting has been going on for weeks, which means a high number of casualties and tens of thousands fleeing their homes. A protracted conflict could impact the wider Horn region. It could also mean a heavy toll on the economy. In Tigray, transportation has been halted and banks were closed. Businesses obviously are impacted. Additionally, there has been damage on infrastructure. An airport in the historic city of Aksum is an example. Rebuilding all this requires time and money. It also indicates that the impact of this conflict could last long after fighting stops.
Ethiopia and Somalia share a long border and have a close security, economic and social ties. Ethiopia is a large contributor to the Africa Union peacekeeping mission, AMISOM. There were reports that Ethiopia has withdrawn hundreds of its troops from the force. However, that's denied by the Somali government. Both countries have close economic ties. Ethiopia is a landlocked country and a big number of its exports and imports follow via Somalia's ports. If the conflict turns into a prolonged war, it would have negative consequences for years to come.
Ethiopia's growth and transformation journey aimed at positioning itself as a manufacturing hub and investment destination of choice on the continent was earlier this year hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic. And while authorities were in the race to seek an economic recovery plan, what started off as an internal northern Tigray conflict has become a regional economic scare, blowing away investor confidence. And now, prospects in sectors such as aviation and telecommunications, where investors were already preparing bids, hung in limbo.
When global leaders from the United States to China want leverage in this region, they always turn to Addis Ababa. And you can't overestimate how important Ethiopia is for East Africa's stability. Just last year, when Sudan was emerging from a chaotic revolution, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed personally flew to Khartoum to help broker a power-sharing deal between army generals and civilian leaders. Ethiopia has also guaranteed peace deals in South Sudan. Right now, there's concern that some of its neighbors might get involved in the fighting in Tigray, and some are dealing with the consequences of the crisis. Sudan has taken in tens of thousands of refugees, and the UN warns this number will go up if the fighting continues.